The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And they'll run it here. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And that's off the mark, incomplete. He was looking for Darius Jennings that time. And that'll bring up second down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Grayson now. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
But touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
Now Grayson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So if they can get him going in the passing game, it should open up his running game, too. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Here we go. 3-19.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. Play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and they're going to have a third down. We've become so accustomed to it, you sort of take it for granted.
You really do, but he is so good that every team in his division, every year, is trying to...
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there from 19 yards away. And the Texans take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Ooh, with a juke. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Breeze now on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. It put their defense in a really tough spot.
Here we go now.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Tackle made by Thomas Davis.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Champ Bailey. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Oh, Zeke with a quick feet. Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the distance. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Ezekiel Elliott, 78 yards. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. They blitzed defensively there, but he was able to slip through that first layer, and then he was gone.
I think they won the leverage game, didn't they?
Yes.
Right? They saw the blitz coming. They got to him a little bit, but they leveraged it perfectly and found not just a crease, a gigantic hole. And off he goes, and he's still going all the way to the end zone.
So we're back to a one-point game now as the kickoff comes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon.
Offense.
And that'll set them back 5. The full start backs them up 5. 1st and 15.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. It's a solid pickup of 11, and it's 2nd down.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
Here we go now.
The first carry from Matt Days. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we hit the... With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going in quarter number 2. They'll need to convert a 3rd and 7, though, to start things out. Back to throw. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Melvin Ingram in there to drop him for a loss of 10, and it'll be 4th and long. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Fielded at about the 28. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. Breeze now on 1st down. He's going to let one go deep for Parker. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off down at the 2. And he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line. Parker, the intended target.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
And on the ground they go with a running back. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down, then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Now back to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Drew Brees getting ready to go again on offense. What a disastrous start for him so far. He's thrown the ball 2 times, both times intercepted.
The heck with his progressions. The heck with what he's seeing downfield. It's really simple, partner. See the color shirts your team's wearing? Throw to those. Not the other color shirts. The color that your team is wearing. That's what the coach is telling him right now.
And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, Elliott. Oh, little 360. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. Throwing on first down is Brees. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. 1:59 to go in the first half. My good friend Charles and I right back at you after this. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. Here's Brees to throw. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. Now Brees. Catch here, left side, Thomas. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Here's Brees. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Brandon Cooks, 33 yards. And the Eagles are able to cash it in for 6.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
What are you looking forward?
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
out as the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here. This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this third down play takes place. As they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. The Texans on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. He'll have a first down past the 40 and finally taken down at the 44-yard line. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
Here we go now. Green, 39. Green.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. He was looking for Darius Jennings that time. That'll bring up second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. The Texans on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Green.
He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Houston. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So we've come to halftime, and we now proceed to the start of the second half. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. This is fielded at the goal line. And he will take this one all the way back inside the 35-yard line.
Forget the idea of flipping the field. They have now put themselves in a position to score points with that big-time return.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first. Come in here. Looked like one of the Eagles might have moved.
False start, offense.
Expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
The false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. To throw, it's Breeze. And throw right side complete to Parker. Oh, and now he bowls him over. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. And it's a 14-yard pickup, but it'll still be second down.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles, and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
On play action, it's Breeze. Escaping the pressure right. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. He was looking to get it to Jarvis Landry that time. And it's 3rd and short.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfired.
We talked about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. And they'll get this down to the 10. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets them up now 1st and goal. Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They've got a 1st and 10 from the 10. Now Elliott. There's the stiff arm. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and goal now.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. 1 man in the backfield. That's Elliott on 2nd and goal.
Yellow lady, 21, 21, 21. Lady, like that.
Now they'll throw with Breeze. Drops it underneath to Elliott. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Ezekiel Elliott, he scored on the ground and through the air. And the Eagles had 6 to their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this
Watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And solid field position here to start as they get it out to the 40-yard line.
It's the 3rd quarter, and they're down on the scoreboard. And while no one wants to hit the panic button just yet, points are a necessity on this drive. What a great way to get set up.
Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10.
Let's go. Blue Lightning. Blue Lightning.
He'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. He got 29 yards that time.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll get it to the 23-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
They'll drop to throw. Throw left side complete. It's Thomas. And down inside the 15 he goes. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another 1st.
Gone. All right, here we go. Blue Lightning. Blue Lightning.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It's another 10 yards on that one and another 1st down. They come out here in the eye. They're going to look to throw. And it's caught. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Texans draw a bit closer. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Here's Jarvis Landry now on the return. And he spins through. Taking it goal line to goal line, 100 yards. And the Eagles add on to their lead. And it's blocked. It's picked up, a live ball here, remember. But he will not be able to bring this one back, and the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
Well, times have definitely changed on the PAT, on the extra point, haven't they? A lot more effort goes into this play from both sides.
Yeah, because let's face it, a lot of time on extra points, the effort is not what it is when you're trying to block a field goal.
No doubt about it. Before, when the ball was snapped on the 2-yard line, it was really a virtual chip shot. Now everyone believes they can get to it and knock it away, and we know how crucial every point is. So the defensive guys, they spend a lot more time trying to get that done, which means there's more pressure on the offensive guys trying to kick it.
The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with third down looming.
3-19! 3-19!
Back now here on EA Sports. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the fourth quarter.
Now let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90!
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
I thought that was a good call. Passing situation on second down. They hit him with the draw instead and pick up nice yardage.
Yeah, because the draw, they're thinking pass when they see that initially defensively, right?
Now, you know in today's NFL, oftentimes you can bypass them with a running play.
And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
And incomplete. The tight end, Blake Bell, the intended receiver. And that'll make it third down. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
Call that a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Champ Bailey. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. They keep on the ground with Elliott. A strong running. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Bree's going to throw here. Flush to his right. He goes full extension, and he's got it. And now the Texans want to call another timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Elliott. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Drew Brees keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead. And maybe the defense caught a little by surprise there that he took off and got in.
Yeah, I would think so, because if you're analyzing it from that side of the ball, you're thinking running back, fullback. Takes you a while before you get to the quarterback.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And the Texans set to come onto the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Grayson now. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Jennings was the one he was looking for, and now it's 2nd down. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it, when you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
A huge play there for Houston. 48 yards. And he'll indeed get him to the line and spike it here to stop the clock. And that one goes incomplete. They tried something out of the bag of tricks, but it's incomplete and now 2nd down.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39.
Now Grayson. His throw incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Somehow incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Here we go now.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Eagles are likely going to win it. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
They'll start the drive with Elliott, and he'll get this one up to about his 14. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Brees is looking to throw. He's got a man wide open. It's Landry. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Brees now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10.
Ready, 90.
Now Brees. Trying to lay one up deep. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Ready,
Brees again here on 2nd and 10. He's going to air one out. And it's incomplete. Still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over.